I'm Ryan Howitzer, and you're on the line of fire. Today, we're talking Batman. Batman is my favorite character of fiction, hands down. And that's because Batman isn't just a superhero. He isn't even just a fictional character. Batman is a cultural icon that transcends the medium he was first created in. Since his creation in 1939 by Bill Finger and Bob Kane, Batman has seen success in comics, on the radio, in movie serials, on TV, in video games, and of course in movies. Now, I don't need to go into background detail on the character himself. If you don't know anything about Batman, you're watching the wrong YouTube channel. So I'll cut right to the chase. In 1979, two producers, Michael Uslan and Benjamin Melniker, purchased the film rights to Batman from DC with the intention of making the definitive dark Batman movie. Two more producers, John Peters and Peter Guber, joined them, and Warner Brothers picked up the project. Several directors and scripts were tossed around, but in 1985, Warner Brothers hired Tim Burton to direct. In 1988, after the success of Beetlejuice, the movie was greenlit, and Michael Keaton was cast as Batman. Alright, now let's get to the movie. We open with some fairly standard credits, set to the awesome Danny Elfman score. Danny Elfman's Batman score is awesome. It is the definitive Batman music. It's even better than Hans Zimmer's Batman music. It's probably one of my favorite film scores of all time. Not even to mention my favorite superhero score of all time. The Prince music in this movie, however, isn't exactly the greatest. We truly open in, where else? Gotham City, where despite the fact that it's clearly 1989, everybody dresses like it's 1939. We see a family wandering around lost in the middle of the not-so-nice part of town. They turn down a dark alley, which in Gotham is pretty much a death sentence. Lo and behold, they are robbed at gunpoint. However, a mysterious caped figure watches from a rooftop. The two thugs count their money, and one of them starts to get a little bit skittish. They swap stories about the Bat, an urban legend who kills criminals and drinks their blood. One thug believes, but the other doesn't. Then Batman, played here by Michael Keaton, attacks. He's shot, but he stands right back up and keeps kicking butt. He kicks one thug through a wall, and the other one runs, but he's tripped up by a bat line. Batman picks him up and holds him over the edge of the roof. Then we get one of the iconic lines from this movie.
Don't kill me! Don't kill me, man!
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
Keaton keeps his Batman voice very calm and restrained. It makes him all the more intimidating. In other words, he's kind of the anti-Christian Bale. We cut to the mayor of Gotham City speaking at a dinner for the new DA in Gotham, Harvey Dent, played here by Lando Calrissian. You'll notice Bruce Wayne is conspicuously absent. Harvey begins to give a speech about fighting mob boss Carl Grissom, and we cut to Jack Nicholson watching the speech on TV. This is Jack Napier. He'll become the Joker. This is one of my big problems with the movie. In the comics, Joker's backstory is ambiguous. He gives multiple different backstories and says that any of them could be true, but all of them could be lies. This movie gives him a solid backstory and says, this is the truth, and gives us irrefutable evidence that this is the truth. It takes away the mystery of the character, which in my opinion is kind of the appeal of the Joker. Anyway, a woman enters and she talks with Jack about what Dent is saying. This is Carl Grissom's girlfriend. She is also having a love affair with Jack. That and the fact that Jack works for Grissom are all you really need to know about this scene. Back in the alley, Harvey Bullock is there to clean up after Batman. Then a reporter named Alexander Knox shows up. Think of him as an annoying, low-rent Jack Ryder.
Knox. Hello, Lieutenant Eckhart. I hear we just had us another bat attack.
Wait, what did he just say?
Hello, Lieutenant Eckhart. I hear we just had us another bat attack.
So you're telling me that's not Harvey Bullock? Bullcrap, that's Harvey Bullock.
Hello, Lieutenant Eckhart. I hear we just had us another bat attack.
Okay, he looks like Harvey Bullock, He acts like Harvey Bullock. He dresses like Harvey Bullock. But he's not Harvey Bullock? Why? Why not? Why isn't he Harvey Bullock? Why would you make your character look and act just like an established Batman character and not make him that established Batman character in a Batman movie? It makes no sense to me.
Okay, well, Knox asks not Bullock if the bat had something to do with the injured criminals. Not Bullock brushes him off and gives a great insult.
They say he can't be killed. They say he drinks blood. They say...
I say you're full of shit, Knox. Oh, you can quote me on that.
Not Bullock then turns a corner, and lo and behold, we see that he's corrupt. He's a cop in Gotham, though. Pointing that out is like pointing out a new crater on the moon. Anyway, he's talking to who else but Jack Napier. Jack even brought Bob with him. Two things become clear in this scene. Jack wants to run the mob, and Not Bullock is loyal to Grissom. Therefore, the two don't get along. The next day, the mayor and Dent are talking about Gotham's 200th anniversary festival. The mayor refuses to cancel it, even though the city is nearly bankrupt and the streets are worse than ever. At the newspaper, Knox is made fun of.
Very firm. You should have a little more gore under the fangs, all right? What a dick.
Fun fact, if you look at the signature on that picture, it says Bob Kane. In fact, Bob Kane was supposed to play that role, but due to health reasons, he had to be replaced.
Knox then sees a strange woman sitting at his desk. This is Vicky Vale, longtime love interest of Bruce Wayne from the comics, played here by Kim Basinger. Vale is intrigued by Knox's stories about Batman and wants to get photos of him. Knox tells Vale that he's sure that the police have a file on Batman, but that Commissioner Gordon won't talk to him about it. Knox and Vale decide to go to the festival fundraiser to get some answers from Gordon.
You'll never guess where the fundraiser is.
We cut to the mob. Grissom is upset that Dent is so close to having dirt on him, and he wonders what he'll do. Jack has the idea to break into the Axis chemical plant and steal the records and make it look like it was industrial espionage. Grissom insists that Jack lead the team.
You are my #1 guy. Now, don't forget your lucky deck.
I think he might be on to Jack's little love affair.
Police department. Get me Lieutenant Eckhart.
Alright, scratch that. He knows. He definitely knows.
We cut to the fundraiser, which is being held at, now everybody say it together, Stately Wayne Manor. We see Alfred, played by Michael Goff, bring Knox a drink. Meanwhile, Vicky Vale asks Bruce Wayne where Bruce Wayne is. His reaction is priceless.
Excuse me. Could you tell me which of these guys is Bruce Wayne?
Well, I'm not sure.
Knox approaches Gordon, played here by Pat Hingle, at the craps table and tries to get some answers. Gordon, of course, gives him nothing. He's similarly shut down by Dent and the mayor. Gordon is called away by a uniformed officer who informs him that Napier is at Axis Chemical and Not Bullock is in charge of the bust. This troubles Gordon. The two leave. Knox and Vale try to follow him, but they get lost and end up in a room full of suits of armor. They make fun of Bruce Wayne and, shock of all shocks, he's right behind them. They make introductions and talk for a bit, when Alfred comes in and informs Bruce of Gordon's leaving. In the Batcave, we see Bruce do the trick from Spaceballs where he watches the movie, and determine exactly why Gordon left. From there, we go to the plant where Jack discovers that he's been set up, and Not Bullock is instructing his men to kill Jack on sight. The police go in guns blazing. Gordon enters, furious, and takes control of the situation. Not Bullock runs. At the same time, Jack is running and sabotaging the plant as he goes.
Time for some superhero intervention, don't you think?
Batman arrives and begins taking out gangsters. Gordon sees him for the first time.
Oh my God.
Batman pursues and catches Jack. However, he's forced to let Jack go when Bob the Thug holds a gun to Gordon's head. Jack goes for his gun and turns to shoot Batman, but he finds that Batman has vanished. He does manage to plug Not Bullock, though.
Eckhart! Think about the future!
Batman appears again and Jack gets a shot off. Batman deflects the bullet with his gauntlet, though, because he's Wonder Woman now or something. The bullet ricochets and grazes Jack. This causes him to stumble into a vat of acid. Batman tries to pull him up, maybe, but fails. The police are understandably upset that their key to taking down the mob is dead now, so they pursue Batman. He gives them the slip, and we cut to some kind of reservoir where a hand emerges from the water. Yep, Jack's alive. The next day, Knox tries to get answers from the police on the phone, but he's shut down. Vale reveals that she may have a lead on Batman, but she can't follow it tonight because she has a date with Bruce Wayne. What follows is an awkward dinner in an awkward dining room. Bruce and Vicky both decide that it's too awkward and decide to eat in the kitchen, where Alfred regales them with embarrassing stories of Bruce's youth.
I really love Michael Gough as Alfred. He and Pat Hingle as Commissioner Gordon are the only actors that make it into all 4 Burton Schumacher movies. And I'm really glad that he made it into all 4 movies, because he's really good. In fact, he'll be our only comfort when we get to the Schumacher movies.
Bruce and Vicky make a connection which leads to drunken stairwalking and making out. Meanwhile, at the back alley office of an illegal plastic surgeon, Jack removes the bandages from his face and sees what he's become. He begins laughing. In Grissom's office, he thinks he hears his girlfriend enter. It's not his girlfriend. It's really not his girlfriend. After some cliched "you betrayed me" speak, we get our first good look at Nicholson's Joker. He then kills Grissom in typical Joker fashion.
The thing that makes this Joker really unsettling is the fact that Jack Nicholson doesn't need prosthetics to look creepy. They just kind of enhance his creepiness. Oh, and also the classic Joker wardrobe doesn't hurt either.
Joker reads about Batman in the papers and proclaims that he'll be the one they all talk about. Back with Bruce and Vicky, Vicky wakes up to see Bruce hanging upside down. In the morning, Bruce wakes Vicky up to tell her that he's leaving for the day. She tries to make another date, but in typical Bruce Wayne fashion, he has an excuse to cancel. We cut back to Joker, who's returned to his apartment. His girlfriend arrives at home and faints at the sight of him. We then see that Joker is in a meeting with the other crime families, telling them that he is going to take over. One man opposes him, and Joker kills him with a joy buzzer. This freaks everybody out, and he tells them to get lost. We get another line that everybody knows in this scene, too.
And Bob, remember, you are my number one guy.
Then he talks to the corpse and decides to kill the remaining bosses. At the paper, Knox scolds Vale about her poor performance. Vale then leaves and goes to follow Bruce. She ends up following him to the infamous Crime Alley, where Bruce places 2 roses.
Yeah, this is Crime Alley. This movie tries to make it some kind of big secret, but if you know anything about Batman, then you've already figured out the mystery. And this movie doesn't really add anything new to that. Okay, it adds one new thing to that, but it's really stupid, and we'll get to it later.
Knox and some other reporters wait outside a courthouse. One of the mob bosses comes out and tells them that Grissom signed over all his business to him before he died. The reporters call bull. Bruce stumbles upon the scene and watches. Meanwhile, mimes that are creepier than usual show up. Also, Bob the Thug is there taking photographs. That can mean only one thing. Yep, the Joker shows up and acts as the mob boss. The mimes open fire with Tommy guns.
Okay, this is the 80s, right? I mean, we see people with boomboxes later in this movie. Some characters are actually dressed in modern style. So why on earth are there criminals performing a hit with Tommy guns?
Vicky is in fact still following Bruce, and the two come face to face. Bruce also gets an up-close look at the Joker. Back at the Joker's headquarters, he's upset that despite a very public killing of a mob boss, Batman is still getting more media attention. Bruce returns to Wayne Manor, and he and Alfred talk about Bruce's love life. They do that a lot.
Turn this into a drinking game, but I've already used that joke.
Vale calls Knox and asks him to look up information on the alley she saw Bruce at. She also looks at her stalker photos of Bruce. Speaking of stalker photos, Joker's looking at Bob's right now. He makes fun of Knox's picture, but he oogles at Vicky Vale's. Bob informs him that she's dating Bruce Wayne, and Joker says this.
He's about to trade up. Hard to stay inside the lines.
Joker then shows up at Axis Chemicals and tells the guy working there to ship 'em all. We then go to a newscast where two news anchors talk about the mysterious death of two supermodels. Both of them died with large smiles on their faces. The male anchor gets a report about 3 more deaths, and the female begins laughing. She continues to laugh and falls over dead, a huge smile on her face. Then the Joker jacks the airwaves.
Uh-oh. You don't look happy. He's been using Brand X. But with new Joker brand, I get a grin again and again.
I like this commercial.
Who should be watching this but Bruce Wayne? Alfred walks in and hands Bruce Jack Napier's file. Bruce looks at the file and finds out that Jack had a particular strength in chemistry. He then tells Alfred that they're going shopping.
Remember this scene. We're gonna come back to it later.
We see another newscast where the anchors, now unkempt out of fear that their toiletries will kill them, talk about more deaths. Meanwhile, the mayor continues to demand that the festival happen and that Dent put Joker away.
Just lock him up, put him in jail somewhere. This is Gotham. That always works.
Vicky calls Wayne Manor and Alfred answers. She tells him to tell Bruce that she'll be late to the museum, but when the message is relayed to Bruce, he claims that they weren't going out that day. At the museum, Vale waits for a while. Eventually, however, she receives a box with a gas mask in it. A note tells her to put it on, and gas comes flooding into the museum. Joker and his thugs come in and begin wrecking the art while a Lesser Prince song plays in the background. He approaches Vale and tells her to remove the mask. He looks at her portfolio and isn't impressed until he comes across pictures she took of the war in Corto Maltese.
Corto Maltese. Now I just need Bloodhaven, Curac, or Keystone City, and I'll have 4 in a row. Oh, sorry. Just playing name drop DC locations bingo. It's a great game. Play it next time you watch Arrow.
Anyway, Joker tells Vale that he wants her to photograph his work. He then brings in his girlfriend, who he's roughed up in some form or another, to make her art, because that's what Joker does in this movie. He tries to get Vale with his acid flower, but she gets out of the way and throws water at him, which reveals his makeup.
I see Vicky Vale graduated from the Dorothy Gale School of Villain Fighting Tactics.
Batman finally shows up and saves Vale with a zipline thing. Joker gives a great line.
Get those wonderful toys.
The two run outside and we see the Batmobile for the first time.
Full disclosure, this is my favorite Batmobile. It's just so sleek and cool looking. This and the one from BTAS are my favorites.
There's a car chase, complete with the famous grapple turn, and Batman is blocked by a bulldozer. He and Vale leave the car and Batman puts up the shields. Batman uses his grapple gun to get Vale to safety, and he allows himself to be shot so he can get the drop on some thugs. He makes short work of them, and we get the first of many Indiana Jones-style sequences where Batman beats up the most skilled fighter like he's nothing.
It happens in Batman Returns and Batman Forever. It might also happen in Batman and Robin, but I don't want to think about that movie ever again.
Batman takes Vale back to the cave where he reveals that he's figured out Joker's chemical combinations. He gives Vale the information and tells her that she has something else he wants. He knocks her out.
Batman?
She wakes up in her apartment the next day and finds that he took her film.
Okay, that was a close one. Jeez, Batman, try to be less pervy next time.
Vale calls Knox just in time to get her story printed in the evening edition of the paper. It's also reported on the news. Joker isn't exactly happy about this. Meanwhile, at stately Wayne Manor, Alfred and Bruce talk about Bruce's love life.
No, we're still not playing the drinking game. If you want to take a swig of something, that's fine, but it's not at all connected to this review.
Bruce decides that he wants to be honest with Vicky, so he goes to her apartment and talks to her. She's very clearly upset that Bruce has been lying to her and avoiding her. In fact, she won't even let him speak. That prompts him to give a line that only Bruce Wayne could get away with saying.
Jerk.
Look, you're a real nice girl and I like you a lot, but for right now, shut up.
Bruce beats around the bush, which leads Vicky to believe that he's married. Or gay, I think. Right as Bruce is about to tell her the truth, though, Joker and his thugs come in. Bruce hides in the bedroom and grabs a metal tray. Joker tells Vicky that he killed his girlfriend and he wants her to be his new work of art. At this point, Bruce comes out and kinda acts like a spaz. He gets shot. There are two very confusing lines in this scene. One is important, the other is just weird.
Something, my friend. You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight? What? Never rub another man's rhubarb.
Bruce survives getting shot because of the metal tray he had in his shirt. Joker left a creepy jack-in-the-box for Vicky.
Oh, he brought her knockout roses. What? It's funny. Come on, it's funny.
Knox finally tells Vale what he's found out about Crime Alley. You already know what it is. This mystery is stupid. Back with Bruce, we see him look over the file on his parents. Then the mayor goes on TV to finally cancel the 200th anniversary festival, only to be interrupted by Joker promising to drop money on the crowd if they show up for his 200th anniversary festival. He also calls out Batman.
Alright, before I show you this next scene, I just want you to brace yourself for the stupidity that's to come. It's something to be marveled at.
Bruce pauses the TV on a picture of Joker and looks at his files again. We then see a flashback that tells us that Joker killed Bruce's parents. He even gave that same stupid line.
You ever dance with the devil by the pale moonlight?
Okay, 1, you should have recognized him. 2, the second he said, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight, you should have remembered. 3, not only did they insist on giving Joker a concrete backstory, but they made him the guy that killed the Waynes. But brace yourself. There's more stupidity to come.
Remember the scene where Bruce looks at Jack Napier's file? His mugshot from when he was younger is in that file. It's even a picture of the same actor that plays him in the flashback.
I cannot believe I just witnessed that.
So then Alfred brings Vicky Vale into the Batcave.
Whoa. Hold on a second. No.
Alright, this scene shouldn't have happened, but something important does come of it. Bruce tells Vicky that he has to be Batman, and he also tells her that he wants to try and make it work out between them, but that he has to go and stop the Joker. He suits up and goes to Axis Chemicals, where he blows up a bunch of people.
Now, it may look like Batman just killed a bunch of people with explosives, but I know for a fact that Batman has been known to carry non-lethal explosives on the Batmobile, like concussion grenades. So this is probably more of a gray area when it comes to the no-killing rule.
Anyway, Joker flies by in his helicopter and taunts Batman because he didn't get him. We then move downtown where Joker's men are playing more of Prince's lesser work, and Joker himself is throwing money to the crowd. Vicky and Knox are there to cover the event. Joker taunts Batman for not showing up to face him, and we cut to Batman flying towards the city in the Batwing. For the record, it looks awesome. Joker then dumps his toxin out onto the crowd. Vale spots it almost instantly through her camera lens, and Knox goes after the guys holding the balloons in place.
Oddly enough, Knox doesn't fail as badly as most normals do when they try to take on the bad guys in action movies.
Batman uses the Batwing to pick up all the balloons. He flies them up high and releases them. Joker flips out.
Why didn't somebody tell me that he had one of those things?
Bob? Gun.
No, not Bob! He contributed so much more than the other nameless thugs!
After that, Batman pulls off a stupid stunt with the moon and goes back after the Joker. Joker stares him down and utters this gem that will later be ripped off in The Dark Knight.
Come on, you gruesome son of a bitch. Come to me.
He flies towards him and shoots at him with machine guns and missiles.
The Dark Knight Returns. Yeah, in The Dark Knight Returns, Batman establishes that he uses rubber bullets in the machine guns on his vehicles. So he didn't just try to kill the Joker. Actually, what's more astonishing than the fact that he may have just tried to kill the Joker is the fact that he missed every single shot. He literally locked on to the Joker and missed every single shot. That's amazing.
Then Joker pulls out a giant revolver and shoots down the Batwing with one shot.
I have no defense for that. That was just stupid.
Anyway, Vicky goes over to the wreckage to see if Batman is okay. Oddly enough, he isn't even inside the cockpit of the aircraft. Joker captures her and tells his helicopter to pick them up on top of the giant cathedral. They go inside the cathedral, and Batman emerges from the wreckage. Joker and Vicky climb the stairs. Batman comes after them and makes his presence known. That's kind of weird. Joker tries to block Batman's way by dropping a church bell on him. All it really does is keep the police from coming up. Batman finally arrives at the top of the tower, where he finds Vicky and Joker dancing. Joker's ninja is once again quickly dispatched, but Joker's Ray Charles on steroids does put up quite a fight. We also see the Joker use a gun with a bang flag. That's classic. Vicky decides to distract Joker by using the power of feminine wiles. Then this happens.
Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Batman tells the Joker the stupid, stupid truth. We do get some great lines from it, though.
I made you. You made me first.
You wouldn't hit a guy with glasses on, would you?
Batman punches Joker off the roof of the cathedral. Joker was somehow able to save himself, though, and he pulls Batman and Vicky off of the roof. Joker's helicopter arrives and he grabs the rope ladder, but Batman fires a line around his leg and attaches him to a gargoyle. This causes Joker to actually fall to his death. Batman and Vicky fall too, but Batman fires another line and saves them both. Meanwhile, the police find Joker's corpse, which is still laughing. We cut to what I can only hope is a few nights later. Dent and Gordon are giving a press conference, which is being covered by Knox and Vicky. Dent reads a letter written by Batman which tells Gotham that they can count on him when they're in danger, and then Gordon reveals the bat signal. Vicky kisses Knox goodbye and gets into a car being driven by Alfred. The movie closes with Batman on a rooftop looking at the bat signal.
Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson are awesome in this movie. So what do I think of this movie? Believe it or not, I actually really like this movie.
Batman is my absolute favorite Batman movie. The one thing I really like about this movie is the cast. Everybody is spot on. Even Michael Keaton is great. I'm expecting Ben Affleck to become my favorite cinematic Batman, but until we actually see Batman vs. Superman, I'm sticking with Michael Keaton as my favorite. The big problem with the movie is the deviation from the source material. Why did Eckhart have to be Eckhart when he was clearly Harvey Bullock? Why did Batman kill people? Most importantly, why did Joker kill Batman's parents? The deviations are really just gripes from a fanboy, though. The movie is pretty good. The atmosphere is great, the acting is great, and the action is great. All in all, I'm giving this movie an 8 out of 10.
Well, that's all for now, but join me next time when Spider-Man is in the line of fire. I'm Ryan Howitzer, and I'll see you next time.